Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episode of Danger with Grainger. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, to please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And today's program is brought to you in part by the financial support of our listeners. And you can support the show on a one-time basis, support.greatdetectives.net, or become one of our ongoing Patreon supporters for as little as $2 per month at patreon.greatdetectives.net. But here now is the Arnie Lesich story.
Danger with Grainger. Has the jury reached a verdict? We have, Your Honor. The defendant, Arnold Lesich, will rise and face the jury. Now, how do you find the defendant? Guilty or not guilty? Guilty, Your Honor.
I've been framed. I never robbed the apartment.
Arnold Lesich, face this bench for sentence.
But, Your Honor, I never...
Arnold Lesich, this court sentences you to serve a term in the state penitentiary of not less than 5, not more than 15 years.
That was 6 years ago. Arnie Lesich had finally been caught and convicted of one of his numerous crimes. After Judge Hall would pronounce sentence, the crook was led to the exit by 2 deputies. Among the witnesses was a girl. The girl had given the final testimony that sent Lesich to the pen. As he passed the girl, he bent over and muttered one single ominous sentence.
Baby, I'm going to get you if it's the last thing I do.
This is Steve Grainger, private detective, with a story which began with a conviction and led to murder. In just a moment, I'll take you back to one of my most interesting cases. This is Grainger. The Lesich case was 6 years ago this month. It had been forgotten the day after the trial. I was at my office working over a routine case report, wiping a damp brow with a damper handkerchief, when the girl walked in.
Mr. Grainger, I'm Ruth Perry. I must engage your services immediately.
Come in, Miss Perry. Sit down.
I need a bodyguard. I'll pay you out for services.
What's your trouble, Miss Perry?
Do you remember the Arnie Lesich case?
Yeah. And you were the star witness.
Arnie gets out today, Mr. Grainger. He'll be back in New York as fast as he can.
He threatened you, did he?
Yes.
Forget it, Ruth. He won't do a thing.
Now, look at this.
Huh? I'll be back in a couple of days. I want to see you bad, baby. Think this is from Arnie?
Yes.
The note isn't signed, so how can you be sure?
I know it's Arnie. I know it. Mr. Grainger, will you do something for me?
What?
Find out when he's arriving in town. Wait for him at the station. Follow him. See where he goes.
What good will that do?
Please, Mr. Grainger, Arnie Lesich intends to kill me if he can get away with it.
Arnie is a 2-time loser. I don't think he'll fuss with the law again for a while.
I'll pay you anything.
Okay, but I think you're wasting your money. The train was on time, and so was Arnie Lesich. He walked towards me carrying a single piece of cheap luggage in one hand and a scowl on his face.
Wow. If it isn't Steve Grainger, private eye.
Hi, Arnie.
Looking for somebody? Me, maybe?
Not particularly.
I think you're lying, Grainger.
Don't use too many words like lying, Arnie. I don't go for him.
Ruth Perry still around New York?
Why?
Just wondering.
Oh?
I got no hard feelings at all, you understand. Even if she did hang a phony rap on me, I wouldn't lay a finger on her. And another thing, Grainger, I'm playing it straight from now on.
Arnie Lesich tossed me a friendly smile out of one corner of his mouth and walked towards the outer doors of the station to the street. I stood unobtrusively in the doorway and watched the ex-convict get into a cab. I followed him up to a midtown hotel and another. I found him in a bar. I hid my face in a tall glass of beer and watched Lesich as he sat down in a back booth. 5 minutes later, he was joined by a most attractive girl. She was not Ruth Perry. He ordered a drink, excused himself, and went to the lobby. On his way back, he saw me and moved over.
Well, what's this? I didn't know this was a private eyes hangout.
No law to say I can't drink where I like, Arnie.
Listen, what are you following me around for?
I'm following you around.
Cut the wide-eyed stuff, Grainger. The dame, Ruth Perry. She hired you to find out where I'm staying, huh?
Suppose she did. You made a threat to her that day in court. Can you blame her for being scared?
She doesn't have to be any more. I told you that. So lay off me, Grainger.
Don't get rough with me, Arnie.
I'm not getting rough with anybody. But I'm going to be let alone by people. That includes you.
I dismissed Arnie Lesich and Ruth Perry from my mind. A few days later, they both came back in a big way. Hello.
Mr. Grainger?
Yep.
This is Ruth Perry. I'm at the Manning Hotel. I think you'd better come over.
What are you doing over there?
I can't tell you over the phone, but please, come over as quickly as you can.
All right, Ruth. What's the trouble now?
I think you'd better come upstairs with me.
I'm not going any place until you tell me what this is all about.
Very well. I got another note from Arnie Lesich. This one.
Must see you right away. Room 213, Manning Hotel, signed Arnie. All right, take it from there.
I came over here. I went upstairs. Mr. Grainger, please, won't you come with me?
Okay, just once. I'll play with you.
You can take the stairs. It's not so conspicuous.
Mm-hmm. Which way is this 213?
Down the hall in this direction.
Right.
There it is.
Arnie in there?
Yeah. Got him?
Unlocked, huh?
Yeah. He's in there.
So I see. And I don't need glasses to tell that's a knife sticking out of his back. I'll continue with this interesting story in a minute. I stood there in the hotel room looking from the dead body of Arnie Lesich to the figure of Ruth Perry, whose face was taut but expressionless.
Mr. Grainger.
Did you slip that knife into him?
No, I didn't.
I'll call the police. They'll be interested in why Arnie Lesich was knifed. You better have a good story.
But I just came over because he wrote me this note.
Why would Arnie Lesich want to see you?
I don't know.
Dresser drawers pulled out, everything inside out. Somebody was looking for something.
It was that way when I got here.
Mm-hmm. How was that note delivered?
It slipped under my door.
Well, that's a help. Well, might as well call the police. The first punch caught me as flat-footed as a penguin. I tried fighting back, but succeeded only in catching more and more punches. There was a final one, and the lights went out.
All right, Grainger. Wake up. Come on.
Lieutenant Rankin, huh? How sweet of you to come to my party.
Yeah, isn't it? Who gave it to Arnie Lesich?
I don't know, Lieutenant. I came up here, door was unlocked. Arnie was in the same position he's in now.
Room's been searched. Why?
Don't ask me. You're the policeman around here.
What was your connection with Arnie Lesich? He's as healthy to have around as a cobra.
Girl was afraid he'd harm her.
Ruth Perry?
Yeah.
She's nuts with a capital N. We told Arnie to let her alone.
Oh?
Was she up here with you?
Uh-huh.
I suppose she beat it when the fight started, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see the man who attacked you?
Uh-uh.
I thought so. Come on, get off the floor. You're in my way.
I took Jake Rankin at his word and beat it back to my office. I never quite made it because in the street I suddenly found myself with company.
Never mind walking inside, Grainger. We want to see you.
What for?
Just around the corner, Sonny. in the car over there. Don't act like you're going to make a move.
Yeah.
I'll unload you.
Glad you could make it, Grainger.
Did I have a choice?
No. Drive us to the spot, Benji. Now, Grainger, don't worry. Nothing is going to happen to you.
No? Your words sound more comforting than that gun in your fist looks.
What was your connection with Arnie Lesich?
No connection. Woman thought she needed protection.
Arnie knew this?
Yep.
What were you doing in his room?
Looking at his corpse.
Grainger, how many times did you actually see Arnie?
Twice. Once at Grand Central, the second time in the Manning Hotel.
Arnie didn't give you something to keep for it.
Nope.
Are you sure you're not lying?
Yep.
Benji, pull up. Now, just to make certain, Mr. Grainger, Benji will cover you while I search you. No, it's not there.
If you two operators would tell me what it is, I could help you.
You covered him from the time he left the hotel, Benji.
Yeah.
I can't imagine where it could have gone to.
Well, if you're finished with me, do you mind if I leave? The atmosphere in this jalopy is a little stifling.
Go, by all means, Mr. Grainger, but before you do, a word of warning.
I knew that was coming.
I'm trusting to your discretion not to mention our little visit to the police.
I see.
If you should, things would happen. Things so unpleasant you might not even survive them. Do I make myself clear?
If you made yourself any clearer, I could almost call it a threat. The two friendly gents shoved me out of the car and left me parked on the sidewalk while they took off in the traffic. And I was left scratching my skull and trying to figure out just where they fitted into the setup, and also what they were looking for. In just a minute, I'll bring you the climax of the case. After my encounter with the two guys who seemed so interested in something which the late Arnie Lesich had in his possession, whatever that something was, I made my way over to Cal Hendricks' place. I thought the newspaper man might be some help in this situation.
Stevie, me boy, what's new?
One of your old pals just passed into the great beyond. Arnie Lesich.
Oh? What happened to him?
Somebody slid a shiv into him over at the Manning Hotel. After I left the place, a gorilla shanghaied me into a car. But a most charming gent who wanted something I didn't have.
Losing your charm?
I guess so. Cal, you know anything about the trial that sent Arnie to the pen?
Well, I don't remember the details, but it was simple robbery. Some girl testified, and that was that.
Ruth Perry's her name. That's how I got mixed up in this. She came to me for protection from Arnie when he got out.
You know, Stevie, you could do yourself some good. Go down and get a transcript of that trial.
Why?
Today's just the day for reading.
I decided to follow Cal's suggestion and had just reached the front of his apartment when a police car pulled into the curb right in front of me. And there was my hot-tempered homicide friend, Lieutenant Jake Rankin.
All right, Grainger. I was just coming after you.
Which of the multifarious city bylaws have I contravened?
Never mind the fancy language. What did you do with Ruth Perry?
Me? Nothing.
I don't believe you.
Now, look, Lieutenant, I told you what happened. She must have slipped it whilst I was taking that beating.
Oh, yeah?
What's this all about?
I wish I knew. Some dimwit phoned homicide. Said if they wanted the lowdown on Arnie's murder and the disappearance of Ruth Perry to ask you.
Oh, great.
Up until then, we hadn't known she disappeared.
Your news ticker is a little slow.
Grainger, don't trifle with me today. I think you'd better come along with me. I'm taking the Perry girl's apartment.
I clutched at my nervous system as the lieutenant's driver wheeled us up to an apartment on West End Avenue. Rankin was in no mood to be trifled with. After a few words with the building superintendent, we were led into Ruth Perry's apartment.
Well, so this is where she lived, huh?
Just what is it you're looking for, Lieutenant?
I don't know. The occupant of this place had been reported as missing. Maybe something was left to indicate why she disappeared.
Uh-huh.
We'd like to find her. She could describe the man who slugged you.
Think he killed Arnie Lesich?
Right now, I'm not thinking. Just looking.
Dear me.
Now, cut that out. Well, that's that, Grainger. No indication what might have happened to her.
That phone call might have been a fake.
No, it wasn't. Whoever called knew Arnie had been killed. He didn't read it in the papers because the story hadn't been printed.
Speaking of Ruth Perry, she's walking up here now.
Where?
2 blocks down. See the girl in the green dress?
Come on.
Hey, she must have spotted me. She's turning around. Miss Perry! Hey, Miss Perry! She's going to that apartment building. Lieutenant Rankin and I covered the building from roof to basement. But the Perry girl remained as invisible as filet mignon on a boarding house table.
Yeah, I'm going back to headquarters, Grainger. I'll put out a pickup on the girl.
Okay, Jake. See you later.
Later? Where are you up to?
Me? Oh, it's such a nice day. I thought I'd go for a walk in the park. Not very long afterwards, I was standing outside Lieutenant Jake Rankin's office. And I had someone with me.
Come in. What do you want?
I brought you something, Jake.
Well, whatever it is, I don't want it. I'm busy.
Well, this happens to be Ruth Perry.
Where'd you find her?
In her apartment.
Grainger, are you saying she was there when we went through the place?
She was there after she ducked through the back of that other apartment house.
Now, come in, Miss Perry. It's going to be a pleasure to talk to you.
I hung around for 30 minutes while Lieutenant Rankin tossed questions with the agility of a grenade handler, but he achieved nothing in the way of answers. Ruth Perry's story was straight. I remembered Cal Hendricks' advice about reading the transcript of Arnie Lessich's trial. I went over to the Hall of Records and started reading. One name stuck out like 2 left feet. Mary Welland. Mary Welland, chief witness for Arnie Lesich, lived down in the village, short way from the Hall of Records. I went there.
Yes? What is it?
The girl facing me in the doorway was the same attractive girl who'd been with Arnie Lesich in the bar at the Manning Hotel.
Who are you? What do you want?
You're Mary Welland?
Yes?
I'd like to talk to you, Mary, about Arnie Lesich.
I don't know anyone by that name.
Look, baby, I'm Steve Grainger of Private Eye. Just so happens that I saw you with Arnie in the bar of the Manning Hotel.
What do you want?
I'd like to know what you 2 talked about.
Why?
Also, I'd like to hear your story about Arnie's trial.
Why?
Because Arnie was murdered not long ago.
Murdered?
I don't think he committed suicide.
Come inside. How did you find out about Arnie? It hasn't been in the papers.
I got a call from a girl who claimed to have received a note from him. When she got there, Arnie was dead.
Who was this girl?
Ruth Perry.
She's a liar. Arnie would never have written her a note. He never wanted to see her again.
She seemed to think he was going to get her because her testimony sent him to the pen.
She lied then, too.
Oh?
She testified her apartment had been broken into. She claimed to have seen Arnie leaving her place.
I know. I read the testimony.
She lied because Arnie was with me. But I couldn't prove it, and they wouldn't believe me.
Why not? Where were you?
Arnie was here. He was frightened of something. He sneaked in.
Uh-huh.
When they put my landlady on the stand, she testified she hadn't seen Arnie. Because she hadn't.
Mary, was Arnie connected in any way with a tall, dark man who has a pal, rather short, talks like a mug?
He was once, but no more. Arnie was through.
Who's that?
I don't know. I'll hide behind that screen over there.
Okay.
Good day, Mary.
What do you want?
I come with some bad news. Arnie is dead.
Go on.
He was your boyfriend. Can't you show more emotion than that?
I'll take care of my own emotions. What else have you got to say?
We trusted Arnie, Benji and I. Arnie got away with something of ours. He wouldn't have left with you when he was sentenced to prison, would he?
No.
Would you mind if Benji and I looked around?
Get out of here, or I'll call the police.
Okay, Mary. If that's the way you want to play it.
Who was that guy?
Peter Carling.
He the one who used to be connected with Arnie?
Yes. He and his pal, Benji.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Grainger, I have to trust somebody. I'll tell you. Arnie did leave something with me.
What?
I never opened the package. He told me to hide it.
Is it here?
Yes, I've got it fastened to the back of that highboy. Will you help me, please?
Yeah, sure.
See it?
Yeah. Here.
I think it's got something to do with Peter Carling and that horrible Benji. Would you take it down to the police?
Might be nothing at all. Better open it first. Wow.
What is it?
A set of plates, Mary. Plates to make fake postage stamps.
But if the police find out I had them, they'll put me in jail.
I don't think so. Now listen. Carling and his pal are bound to come back. You better not be here when they do.
But what?
Is there a back way out of here?
Yes, but why should I sneak out?
Yeah, why?
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to make a call to police headquarters. I'll have a certain man come over. Then you walk out, big as life and 3 times as conspicuous. A puzzled Mary Wellen agreed to do what I told her to. She left a moment after Lieutenant Jake Rankin showed up via the back door. The lieutenant was still bad-tempered.
Now, what kind of a silly setup is this?
Jake, I'm positive that Peter Carling and his Benji are implicated in Arnie's murder.
So we'll pull them in and have a chat with them.
No. It goes further than that. With what I've got in this package, we can really hook them.
Well, what's in the package?
These guys are a cinch to be in here in the next couple of minutes, since they knew Mary Willett has gone out.
What's in the package?
You'll see when they open it.
Grainger, I'm warning you.
Quiet! Somebody's coming down the hall, behind that screen.
Will that little thing hide both of us?
It's better. Take it easy.
Right.
Uh-oh. He's got a key.
Come on, Benji.
That's Carling and his pal.
Ain't we taking a big chance, Peter?
No. She'll be gone long enough. Now look for that package. It must be here.
Hey, boss. Is this it?
Let me see. We've got them. Let's get out of here.
Hey, that Arnie didn't have much sense, did he?
Too bad he wouldn't listen to reason at the hotel.
That does it. Hold it, you two!
You're under arrest on suspicion of murder, Carling.
How did you get in here?
Also, the government wants you on possession of fake postage stamp plates.
Now, gentlemen, just a moment.
Jake, watch him. He's got a gun. Well, friends, that's the story. I'll be back to wrap up the case in just a minute. Peter Carling fell to the floor with a bullet through his shoulder. He went to hospital under guard, while Benji went to headquarters, where he testified that Carling had knifed Arnie Lesich when the latter refused to divulge the hiding place of the plates. Benji made another statement that sent Lieutenant Rankin and me on a little errand. Only I went in alone.
Grainger.
Hi, Ruth.
Certainly didn't expect you. Hi.
Thank you.
I guess I won't have any more trouble about Arnie.
Did you know that Arnie left a package for you?
A package?
Here. Well, aren't you going to open it up?
Well, not right now.
Ruth,
What?
I know what's inside.
You do?
Yeah. Go on, open it. The plates are there.
All right, what do you want to split?
I know you lied on the witness stand. You and Carling framed Arnie, thinking he'd turn over the plates if you'd take care of him. But he didn't. So he went to jail.
How did you find out about all this? From Carling?
Carling's locked up.
Grainger, I know I can get plenty of money for these plates. I'll give you half.
Only half?
3/4. What do you think, Grainger?
I say, come on in, Rankin.
Thanks, stranger.
You double-crossing rat.
Nothing like a compliment to start the day right. See you in 10 years, baby. Steve Grainger again. You've just heard one of the most interesting cases in my files. I'll have another one for you. So be around next time.
Welcome back. I do appreciate one of the sources who the detective goes to for information to tell the detective where to go and leave him to do his own research, rather than the reporter going to work for the detective, as so often happens. And in this case, it's totally understandable. The man's a reporter, has got work of his own to do, and can't be digging into some 6-year-old robbery case. We have a few comments on YouTube regarding the stolen necklace case. Art writes, I was surprised to learn this series was from the mid-1950s, as the style of the music, acting, and script are reminiscent of detective shows from the late 1930s or 40s. Then I read it was produced in Australia. Since Australia was a bit of a pop culture backwater at the time, it makes sense that they were a bit behind the times. Well, Art, I don't agree, at least on the music. The show's got a very jazzy sort of soundtrack that wouldn't be out of place in a show that was competing with Peter Gunn. And I don't think the stories were that out of date, certainly not the 30s, although there is a sense in which what they were trying to do was to create programs that could be sold in the American market and satisfy the taste of existing radio fans. So maybe it wasn't entirely up to date, but I don't quite see it that way. I appreciate your comment, though. Kathy wrote, really like the series, but is it just me, or does it seem like the audio is speeded up? Everyone sounds like their voice is artificially fast and higher pitch, slightly reminiscent of how we used to play our 45 records on 78s when we were kids. Ha ha. Can't quite relate to that experience, Kathy. I suspect there would have been consequences and repercussions if I messed with the speed of my dad's record player back in the 90s. But I think that is something that is sadly not uncommon with a lot of the programs that originate from Australia. And I've noticed similar sounds on other series. I'm not certain the reason for it. It may be that there are more transfers from tape or later generation materials in terms of copies in what's become available. And then a comment from Dottie, dug this one a lot. It's always fun to find new shows from I've never heard of. Hope you keep revealing new discoveries. A fun thing would be a week of those Australian Shadow episodes that are missing, or 4 missing episodes. Yeah, I still don't do anything with the Shadow lest I get smacked down by Condé Nast, who last I heard are making copyright claims on the character and all the programs. So I'll leave that one alone, but I appreciate the comments and the suggestion. Then we also have an email from Caleb who writes in, Adam, hope all is well with you and your family. Until I really got into old-time radio and hard-boiled detective fiction, I never would have guessed that being knocked unconscious and trapped in a sanitarium was such an occupational hazard. You mentioned Philip Marlowe, and it just happened to Steve Grainger, but it also happened to Dan Holliday as well, and I'm sure there were others. Well, there were others. I guess I would put being put in a sanitarium into 2 separate categories. What happened to Grainger and Marlowe and some others was that they were put into a sanitarium to stop them from investigating or finding out the truth. The case that happened with Box 13 and another similar episode with Rocky Fortune involved the hero being opportunistically kidnapped and put in the sanitarium to be passed off as someone else as part of some enterprise. So slightly different categories. There's 2 different ways you can be knocked out and put in a sanitarium. I guess it doesn't make a whole lot of difference to the person on the receiving end, but I guess keeps my category straight. He also writes a little bit about Cloak and Dagger, On another note, I'm really enjoying Cloak and Dagger. Thanks for playing it, although I have to get used to Ralph Bell being a good guy. Too many episodes of The Falcon and CBS Radio Mystery Theater where that has decidedly not been the case. Thanks for all you do, and God bless. Well, Bell has had a few villainous parts in Cloak and Dagger, although they tended to be more minor villains. And he plays a surprising number of good guys. And I would be honest, that is odd for Bell and my radio experience. In general, Bell tended to play a lot of crooks. He was kind of in that same category as William Conrad was for a lot of his radio career, where he could play a crook or he could play a tough cop. His main good guy role that he's known for, or was known for to some extent, was as Barry Craig's friend on the police force, Trav Rogers, in some of the early seasons of Barry Craig. But you always expect villainy when Ralph Bell is playing a character. I remember there was an episode of Proudly We Hail we played as one of our extras, and it was basically an educational episode about the development of jet flight, and Ralph Bell played one of the guys, I think it was on the crew, and I kept waiting for his character to try to double-cross or sell stuff to the Soviets, and it never happened. And I was listening to one CBS Mystery Theater episode that had the commercials in it, and Ralph Bell came on to sell a car, and I was like, wait, should I trust that ad? But truth is, I think that folks then, as well as now, love that voice and appreciate Bell as a performer. Even if we struggle a bit with his few times playing the good guy. Thanks again. Appreciate you reaching out, Caleb. Well, now it is time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to thank Gretchen, Patreon supporter since September 2017, currently supporting the podcast at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, Gretchen. And that will do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And if you're enjoying the podcast on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and mark the notification bell. All those great things that help YouTube channels to grow. We'll be back next Monday with another episode of Danger with Grainger, but join us back here tomorrow for the big story where...
How was this Mrs. Graham murdered, Sergeant Gillis?
With a hatchet, Miss Kilgallen.
Oh, but that sounds like the work of a maniac. You mean you suspect a couple of kids?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem possible. Especially kids like these.
Where's Mrs. Graham's daughter now?
She's with Lieutenant Morgan in that room over there. He's been grilling her for hours, but she won't talk. Neither will her boyfriend.
Where'd you pick up the kids, Sergeant?
In a beer joint near the Somerville Circle. Oh, here comes Morgan now. Any luck, Lieutenant?
Oh, no. The more questions I ask her, the tighter she clams up. You know, I've had some tough crooks on the grill, but this kid beats them all. Hello, Miss Kilgallen.
Hello, Lieutenant. Got anything I can use for a story?
Oh, not a thing, Miss Kilgallen, and that's the truth. Frankly, we're pretty well up against a stone wall. Now, what can you do when a cute-looking 17-year-old kid just sits there and swings her legs and looks at you with a sweet face and says, I don't know.
She won't say anything?
I've tried everything. Talked to her like a Dutch uncle, like a father, like a cop, like a mug even. But it's no go. I don't know, she says. Just like that. I don't know.
Lieutenant Morgan.
Yeah?
Mind if I go into that room and talk to Janet Graham alone?
Now, what good'll that do?
I don't know that it'll do any good. But I just might come up with something, just between us girls. How about it?
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram. Instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.